Hey Logan, Coach Brandon here, and I went ahead and looked at a lot of your videos. Really like what I'm seeing. Let's go ahead and cover a few of them together though. So starting out with this guy here. Now one of the first things I noticed is that for you, breaking at the hip as you ascend and the hold breaking at the hip first, the breathing and bracing cues along with getting better at hinging has been incredible. I can tell just by looking at this video here. I can tell just by looking at that video there, you're definitely feeling it more in your posterior, especially your hamstrings. You're loading it really nicely as you hinge, and it's a really nice hinging pattern as well. So I can tell it's a lot more proficient. You also seem to be moving a little faster, especially out of the hole. So again, all good things with the squat really, really nicely. Now it's going to be all about dialing in, repatterning everything, and making it an actual motor pattern so you don't have to think about it in the future and it just becomes second nature. Because oftentimes when someone does have these positive improvements, they'll get under a bar, do an AMRAP, do a really heavy set, or do something they may not be ready for, or not in the right mind space for, or whatever it may be. Fuck up the pattern. Then from then on, kind of go default to the same old things, which obviously is not what we're looking for. But yeah, it looks incredible though. Really like what I'm seeing. Hinging is gorgeous. Really seemed like it benefited. So yeah, continue looking at this though. Everything looks good.
Good.
That was a perfect one. That was a really good one.
Oh, come on, buddy, come on. Come on.
Yeah, so you'll notice actually something I just noticed by looking at that with you. The biggest thing I noticed is that I think that was a 7 rep set, something like that. But out of these, let's say 7 reps, there's probably 2 of them where we went to a little bit extension. Just happened to be though that those were also the only two. It was actually towards the end though that while you were under fatigue, so it makes more sense. Those are also the only two that you had a big chest breath with. So again, passively lengthening the abdominals, and then obviously that being a cause of going into extension. So the second you breathe through your chest, especially under fatigue, is the minute that you start to go into extension and flexion. So like I said, only about 2 of those you went into any kind of extension. So that's a huge improvement. Even the extension you went to is very minor. So that's incredible. It looks really, really good. But keep in mind, only 2 you did that with were also the only 2 that you had a big chest breath before ascending in the hole. So it tells us there's definitely a relationship there. But looking at the next video here, yes, that one was pretty good. Definitely a lot better than previous weeks. There's obviously a little bit of lumbar flexion in the bottom, which tells me there's likely a little bit of extension at the top. But again, it's super minor. It's getting better every week, so I'm not worried about it whatsoever. It looks good. Looks really good. Lastly, and I can't see here if it's a transformer bar, safety squat bar, or you just got it in some kind of front rack position. Yeah, it looks good. Looks really good. Overall, as a unit, all 3 videos looked incredible. Like I said, if I had to put in a percentage, I would say 85% of extension, flexion, anything like that where we change lumbar lumbar composition under load, under movement has gone down by 85%. That's what I would say. It's gone down massively. It looks so much better. I can tell you're loading your posterior a lot better. And I can tell it's a much more powerful squat that can handle much heavier loads. So that's awesome. We just got to continue dialing it in. I'd like to get to a point where none of it exists. It's just not even there. But I think in coming weeks, as long as you keep on practicing with intent, I think it will go way more over time. I would like to see more of your bench and deadlift, though, especially your bench. I think that's the one that I've gotten the least amount of videos for, and that's one that I very much like looking at with clients and other people. So whenever you can, I'd love to see a few videos of those as well. But for the squat, you are absolutely killing it, definitely on the right track. If next week it stays the same, if it's fairly stagnant, I'll give you a bunch of new drills to do that's going to significantly help with it never come back, for one, and two, just continuously improving. But for now, I think as long as we have a good amount of intent over the next coming weeks, it likely will not come, or it likely will continue to get better. But I still might send you a video or a drill or two that's going to really help in the email I'm about to send you with this attachment. And just let me know if you have any questions whatsoever.